You may be feeling like you are currently letting go of a pain body. You are shedding an old skin and emerging as something new. And this comes with a lot of, difficult feelings and processes internally as you go through that. So this is another Kundalini Chrism yoga update, your mother tongue. And according to the great wheel of the year, the cosmic serpent's wheel, which is different from the witch's wheel, I'll explain why later. But in the cosmic wheel, we have landed back in the root chakra after the solstice. So we had a realization about our lives at the solstice, and now it is actually coming into the earth. Root chakra is earth. It's being earthed. So it's no longer an illumination, a realization. It's actually coming into physical play. So the root chakra is also ruled by the archetypal deity of Ganesha, who is the god of new beginnings, and like an elephant breaks the earth. So something physical is happening, like you might be changing location, home, jobs, or you are changing the way you are physically, what physical people you might be engaging with. I'm personally, physically, my whole life has changed around food. I've got a whole shelf over here, you can't see it, it's off camera, and it's full of all my health protocols, because in the story form that we all go through when we came to the climax, right, in December, in story you see this in the myth wheel, in the hero's journey, we get pushed into doing something good for ourselves, right? The hero does it out of necessity. So I started to have physical ailments, and although I'm a healthy person, it forced me out of necessity, out of the physical ailments. I was pushed to actually make a decision for myself. I had to. There was no other option, right? So we get pushed to this point. So you've been pushed to some point where you're like, I can't take this anymore in my life. And now you are physically shifting your reality. And that physical reorientation is the snake shedding its skin. So if you look at the Ouroboros, right, the cosmic serpent's wheel of the year, which is different from the witch's wheel, because the witch's wheel is concerned with the terrestrial seasons, but the cosmic wheel of the serpent and the mythological wheel of the serpent is the story of the dying and rising God that happens in all of us at the exact same time, because it's cosmological. It happens according to the stars. So we are all under the same stars right now. And the myth of the dying and rising God, be that Osiris and Isis, the great mother, who's always the guardian to the hero. The goddess is the guardian of the hero's journey. So Osiris has his underworld journey and rises because of Isis. Same with Jesus and Mary, right? The story of the dying and rising God is an allegory for this exact myth wheel that we all go through, whether we're aware of it or not. So right now we're in the process of apotheosis, which is when we are coming out of our underworld story and we are resurrecting. The skin is being shed. The Ouroboros eats its tail each year, right? The great cosmic serpent. And this is why the serpent is such a holy symbol in so many ancient cultures, including the original Christian culture of the Gnostics, because the serpent has the ability to shed its skin and be rebirthed anew. So we are all shedding skin as we're coming out of the bottom of the myth wheel, and we are rising for the end of our story, the third act. We are in our third act of embodying something new. And this embodying something new, or shedding of the skin, is difficult. I'm having all kinds of big feelings. I'm just allowing those feelings. I'm also processing different illnesses that I've had in my body. And just so you know, a lot of people I work with in the Northern Hemisphere have been ill, and so have people in the Southern Hemisphere. So it has nothing to do with winter and summer illness. It has this time of year when people get sick, it's because their bodies are physically embodying the resurrected self. So that can physically cause ailments or upset in the physical system, giving us signs of what we need to focus on. So it's like I said, it's not the witch's wheel where we're dealing with seasons. And if you felt ill, in my opinion, it's got nothing to do with winter if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. It's because you are in your apotheosis and your resurrection. And this third act in the myth wheel of shedding skin and grounding something new, actually physical. A physical new reality is happening for you. And that's tough. That's tough. It's tough becoming something new, and that plays out in the body. It can get sick, and because it's trying to cope, the toxins are coming out. So in a more holistic view of illness in the body, when we get sick, it's because we are being restored. The sickness is the restoration. The tissues are no longer in contraction and shock and holding on to something old, but we have let go of something and we're embodying something new. And sometimes an ailment will come in because it's the release of the toxins out of the body. Yes, so I'm wondering if you're feeling this. The earth element, do you feel yourself like in a new physical reality? Something physical has happened. What did happen for you last year, January? Think about it. And what's happening for you now? Like, I moved home last year, January. After the June solstice last year in July, I stopped allowing certain people into my home. So the physical people I was engaging with altered. Like, I changed my reality based on the crown chakra realization I had in June. July, oh, this is what I got to do physically. So we've gone through another chapter. We've had a realization at the solstice, and we've landed in January, and something physical is occurring. Whether it's by your own hand or by the hand of the universe, whether you've lost jobs, found jobs, lost homes, found homes, by your hand or the hand of the universe, the physical dimension for you has shifted. Is this true for you? I'd love to know if you feel this myth of the dying and rising God. You are being resurrected right now, and resurrection is not easy. So that's my encouragement. I love this myth wheel pattern because it helps me to feel secure in what's happening. It's not just happening to me. So many people I know are releasing pain bodies. We're all shedding something. We're all processing something. And that gives me like encouragement and comfort, because I feel like it's okay, well, this is what the great serpent primordial mother does at this time of year. So it's cool. It's okay. I'm just going to keep present with my process. And I know, and this is what I love about it as well, come March, it's going to feel a lot better because I know the pattern of story and I know where we are in the story. So come March, it's gonna pop off. You're gonna be more established in this new skin. So just be with it, and it's okay that it's happening if you're feeling it. Sending love.